Hello and welcome. You're watching My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live. It was Bangalore who were put into bat by Delhi. Delhi won the toss, of course. And for Bangalore, it's been, I don't know. I feel like Delhi is going to go into this mid-match break thinking that, well, I think we got a little one over Bangalore here. Let's have a look at the scorecard. I will tell you what's happened. Bangalore has reached 152 for the loss of 7 wickets. There was a flurry of wickets, a little storm of wickets towards the end. Dev Padikkal, of course, got a 50, but didn't really get much support in terms of runs. De Villiers, yes, 35 or 21, but they really needed somebody to go big and somebody to go hard, and that did not happen for Bangalore today. I have Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan here with me. Gentlemen, Michael, Delhi's going to go into this saying, we're happy. We're happy with 150 odd.
Yeah, they'll be delighted with their efforts in the field. I thought they were outstanding. Just trying to work out the pitch. If the dew comes and plays a factor and the ball skids on, it should be an easy chase. But there was 1 or 2 balls that just gripped in the surface. Even from the likes of Daniel Sams, he got a little bit of purchase. So you always say don't judge a pitch till we see both teams bat on it. And I think tonight it never really got going. It kind of stumbled along, and then there was a bit of a cameo from A.B. de Villiers. Padikkal played nicely at the top, but just nice. I know he's a young player, but it was just a nice innings. Virat couldn't get going. Stumbling, that's what I'd suggest. They stumbled the way to 152. Is it enough to win the game? Not so sure. Is it enough for them just to make sure that they reach the qualifications? It may just be that amount.
Yeah, because Joy, it's all to play for here, right? I mean, you win today, you go to 1 and 2. If you lose today, well, maybe you go to 4. Or if you lose big, maybe you just go home.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the funniest thing about it is today all the Kolkata fans are schizophrenic. See, as long as they thought Bangalore is going to score the huge total, they'll keep supporting Bangalore. Said, let Bangalore get 180. The moment they see Bangalore is not going to get 180, they'll say, let them get out at 180 and let Delhi just knock it over. Because what they don't want is a close match.
We can't trust your clan, can we? Can't trust your clan, Joe. What's going on?
So they're like, okay, who do I support? Bangalore? Do I support Delhi? Bangalore, Delhi. So I think by the end, I think they moved towards saying, okay, now Delhi needs to just whack this off in 15 overs or 16 overs. And that's how they'll be looking at the game.
Yeah, but Delhi should not be thinking that way, right?
Yeah, Delhi should not be thinking that
because
way.
They've got nothing to gain if they win big. They only gain if they win. So you're only going for primary target. They don't care who makes it to 3 and 4. They're not there to knock anyone out. So let's get the position. Right, Michael?
Yeah, just win the game from a Delhi perspective. I was quite intrigued actually with the tactic of Ravi Ashwin, who bowled his 4 overs beautifully and then walked off the field. I'm pretty sure Ricky Ponting gave me a bit of stick for doing that in 2005 with some of my bowlers, but there you go. I thought I'd just mention that.
just slide it in casually.
Just saying.
Just saying. Hashtag just saying. But with Ashwin, Joy, I mean, what was the problem?
There was a hammy issue. The point of it was that the moment he went out, the third umpire, I think, was there with him trying to find out exactly a certain why it was. And if that has happened, I can promise you the Bangalore guys would have gone and said, this guy just finished his overs, he's walked off, what's the matter? And I've been in that situation before in the past. And the point of it is you have to ask the question. Then it's up to the umpire whether they're satisfied with the explanation, not satisfied with the explanation.
Correct.
It can do with when he walks into bat. But, if I was Bangalore, I would definitely ask. This guy can't just bowl 4 overs and walk out the field. Whatever it is.
Yeah, the difficult. I mean, if Delhi win today and they have to play again on Thursday, there's no way he gets away with that. And if it is a hamstring problem, he can't be fit for Thursday. If you've got a hamstring strain or a tear of any kind, you can't play the game. And one thing's for sure, if he does start the game on Thursday, he'll have to field for 20 overs because Mumbai will go, you're not going off the. It'll be the other hamstring on Thursday.
Are you both casting aspersions on the injury?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I am.
We don't mince our words here. We don't mince our words here. Michael Vaughan definitely doesn't. For the Delhi bowlers, they'd be happy with this take today. Big game, of course. They want to go to second position. Sams, a couple of... There's that full toss there, a little gift to Dubey. Otherwise, you felt like he was going all right. Ravichandran Ashwin, beautifully. He's 4 overs for 18. Andrik Nokia picking up the 3 wickets. Kagiso Rabada, service as usual. Happy to see that, right, Joy? Happy to see his 2 wickets, which he always gets in every game and hadn't got them in the previous 2 games. Rabada just saying, all right, hang on. You need 2 from me? Here are the 2.
Yeah, and they finally gave him that 3rd over in the power play. They gave him that over. They gave him the chance. He comes in the power play, bowls with his first ball in the 3rd over, which is the earliest he's bowled in the power play, takes away a wicket with his first ball. But for me, the performance of the match was Delhi exploiting what they knew was Bangalore's weak point. Bangalore is the worst team between overs 7 and 14.
Yep.
Between overs 7, 8, 9, 10, just 20 runs. I mean, literally, Akshar Patel, it was a slow strangulation. And that 7 to 15, from 5 runs at least, scored a little more in the end to get it to about 7. But that strangulation was what changed the match.
Yeah, it's not good, right? It's not good. And you couldn't even see, Michael, from what I was seeing, I wasn't 100% convinced of the intent to change that stat today.
No, it was very strange. That's why I say they kind of stumbled the way to that score. A little brilliant cameo from AB de Villiers, but you can't always rely on those cameos. I mean, it was a 30-odd cameo. You know, if he gets you a 55, 60 cameo, you get to around 175. But you can't always rely on AB de Villiers to strike him rich in the last 4 or 5 overs. They're a better team, or should be a better team than that. And it also told me that when you put bowlers under pressure like they did to Daniel Sams, what happens? You get the bad balls. Yeah. Now, when you're not kind of hustling the opposing team's bowlers, you know that as a bowler you can get away with a few things. You know, I always say in T20 cricket, you've got to have intent of striking the ball. So the bowler's running up to bowl, fearful of being hit out the ground. If you get it slightly wrong, you're going to get hit. I just felt today the RCB team, they didn't show that kind of intent until the last 5 overs. You don't have to wait to the last 5 overs. You can go earlier than that, and you can put in the opposing bowlers under pressure a lot earlier than the RCB team did today.
This team is too good. They've got too many great sort of brains working there to go with this very old school template, if I would call it, right? It was just 7 to 15 we'll play safe, and then the last 5 we go hard. As Michael is saying, you go hard when you can.
Not just that. If Devdutt Padikkal, and I have all the respect for the kid, I think he's done brilliantly. If Devdutt Padikkal is a class batsman who deserves to be, where he is, he cannot end up after playing 41 balls with a strike rate of less than 125.
Yeah.
He ended up with 50 or 41 balls. That can't happen. He can be 30 of 20, 22, 23 balls. Once I played 41 balls, I should make it count. I should be at least 65. He should have given them 15 extra runs for the balls he placed. And that is a big problem with them.
Qualificationscenario.com. I, of course, have bought this domain name for Sean Pollock. I'm keeping it with me till he comes and claims it. And the qualification scenario is simple. Kolkata's net run rate is minus 0.214. Bangalore's current basically goes below Kolkata if they allow Delhi to chase with 15 balls to spare. And Delhi also, if they feel, Delhi will only look at this and saying, we need to go beyond 134. They're only looking at the lower secondary target, Michael. That's if things become shambolic, right?
Yeah.
If it falls apart, then let's just get to 134 and get safe.
Yeah, just win the game. But I'll be very intrigued if Delhi get off to a flyer and get within range, whether they know what we know. Whether they know that if they can get to that possibility of really knocking RCB out, will they go for the jugular? If they say they're 2 down, 100 for 2 inside 11, they come out of the traps and they fly, will they be mischievous and go, you know what, Virat, we're going to get rid of you here and see you out 17.3? Will they know exactly what we know? I'm sure
they do. Of course they do. See, because they'll know the 134 stat, right? They'll know that if things go bad, they may not tell the players that, but I'm sure the support staff knows, because you don't want to be thinking negative. But maybe, the first strategic timeout, just in case 5 wickets are down, you go, guys, new target. It's not 153, it's 134, right? Because we just need to qualify with a better net run rate. So I don't think they care about who they knock out. I think they care about staying there first. So I think they know, Michael. Yeah. They know.
I'm always intrigued, though, by the coaches, Joy. And you've been around the IPL in terms of the backroom. They write down so many notes. There's about 5 analysts working to the left, logging everything. What do they need to write down?
Look, the coaches I knew never wrote down anything, which is Dav Watmore didn't write a thing when I saw him, nor did Trevor Bayliss, and he was a good enough coach. He managed to get the World Cup win with England. I think, yeah, it's mainly the analyst job. I think what a lot of coaches like to do is just note down something they want to mention it to a specific player. But right now they're writing, the Bible or new theses. The amount that they're writing is something funny, because maybe you would have two such observations in 20 overs saying, just remind me that, when this guy's on the field, he's 2 meters to in, or something to remind a player when he comes out. But yeah, otherwise they're taking away the analyst jobs.
The England-Pakistan series in the summer, Yunis Khan, the batting coach of Pakistan, we had to chop down more trees. I've never seen someone write someone. We had to chop trees down to buy more paper.
They're just practicing calligraphy, what you can't see. Might as well, you're sitting around, you're not playing, might as well utilize your time in a way. There's a lot of analysts and coaches who are listening to us right now going, we will show you our notebook. We'll show you what we're doing.
Yes, we are trying to save them their jobs. I mean, don't let the coach write it. Don't let the analyst write as much as they want to.
That's right. Yes. What are the coaches doing? Maybe the coaches are just making notes. Call mum tomorrow morning. Get flowers for your aunt whose birthday it is. Stuff
the
like
only
this.
Coach who had a justification for writing that much used to be Misbah-ul Haq, because at one time he was coach and chief selector, and they were just lucky he wasn't captain as well at that time for Pakistan, since he was coach, selector, everything.
Yeah,
him writing notes, I can still understand the poor man, but everyone else, guys, yes, exactly.
We've got the Delhi openers, of course. Getting 153 is what Delhi has to get to qualify in second position. I think it's pretty simple, the equation for them. It's that they have to get across the line, basically. And let's have a look at the Bangalore bowlers, the ones who are in the way of them finishing 1 and 2, and of course playing that first qualifier. You've got Chris Morris and Udana, of course. You've got a lot of spin options today, Michael. You've got 3 spin options for Bangalore.
Yeah, and they're going to be crucial. Chahal's the key. Sundar's wonderful as well. So I would think that combination is going to be an important one. We saw Ashwin, he bowled nice and slowly with a little bit of purchase. It's just the dew factor. If the dew factor comes in and plays a part, we've seen on this venue, it's been quite an easy ground to chase down any total. You go back just a week or so ago and Ben Stokes hit that 100, chasing over 190. It's a ground that's been good for the chasing side, but that P word pressure, it plays a funny part of cricket, and I think we're going to be in for a similar kind of evening because of the huge P card that Delhi are under. Not won for 4 games, been batting poorly, but they've got the perfect scenario now that they're chasing a reasonable total on a pitch that you would think may get better with the dew. So they should have enough, but P plays a very kind of funny game at this stage of the tournament. You never know what's going to happen.
That is true. We also didn't know what was going to happen, which is why none of us got our score prediction correct. But, I don't know if life gives you second chances, but this show definitely does. So we're going to go with how much is Delhi going to get in the power play for our My 11 Circle Badge of Honor? 47.
42.
42, 47.
52.
52, 42, 47, 52. I love it. This is going to be juicy. We'll see you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you so much. You were watching My 11th Circle presents Cricbuzz Live.